Hello and welcome back to Absolute Punjab. In last lesson, we discussed the sign Kannada. And I will remind you which signs we discussed, but we are not going to talk about these signs in this lesson because the lesson will be too long. We will finish all these signs first, then I will start to discuss all of the signs and try to use it in one sentence, as many as possible, to give you some idea how we write down. So we discussed already Kanna, Sihari, Bihari, Onkad, Dolankad, Lama, Do Lama, Hoda, and Kannada. Some people call it Onkad and Dolankade. Some people call it Onkad and Dolankad. So it doesn't matter what we call, the meaning is same. And today we are going to discuss this sign. Say this is the letter top line and it goes on the top. Or sometimes when we write down, it is almost in the, say for example, if we write down in Punjabi cup, so kakka for ka, papa for pa, and the Addhak usually come here. It is more or less like half moon, and it gives you the sound of almost double letter in English. Because there's no double letter in Punjabi, we don't use a double letter. If it's written twice, we have to say twice. So we use Addhak, that means Adha in English, half. Half in Punjabi is Adha. If we add kakka, like this, it is then Addhak. That means almost Adha akhar. That means half a letter. So we use this Addhak on the top to make the sound of almost double but half the letter. I will give you some examples. Same thing, if we want to write down cup, kakka for ka, then papa, but to make the sound of cup, we have to write down like this. This is here because I written down, sometimes it's hard to write. It's supposed to be there up here a little, but it doesn't matter if it's in the middle or on the top. When you write down, people understand because it cannot be in front of the letter anyway. And other example we can use, I'm trying to use a simple word, so if it's a lengthy word, it's hard to remember for you in the beginning. Of course, maybe later on when you learn everything, it's not hard for you to remember. So in English, snake. In Punjabi, we call it sap. So sasa for sound of sa, and p sound pa sound papa. And if we put Addhak here, it become sap. So it's not only in the beginning. It could be 3-letter word or 4 or 5 or 6. Wherever you feel like half of the sound, we stop, then we start. Stop, start means, I give you example, same cup. Instead of cup, we stop before P, cup, then we say cup, like cup. Sup, same like sup. So we have to understand when we say cut, sup, or any sound like this. There's one word in English, in Punjabi, it's a month. We call it Katak. So Katak means ka, then tata for th, then Katak. So I want you to imagine where this half letter should be, Katak. So we stop before the Katak. So it goes here. If we want to write, say for example, what, not English but, this is wawa, then tenka. In Punjabi it is hot. Hot is when we will say it is very what today, that means it's very hot today, the weather is hot. So we will put Addhak here. So there's so many words. Next word we will use is called tippi. But if we want to write down tippi, it will be here. Tenka for the sound of t, papa for the sound of p. And you remember Bihari, we put here, it makes the sound of tapi. If we put Siari here, it will be tippi, fast tippi. But we want to write down tippi. So I want you to think again how to make the sound tippi. Because this is tippi. So that means we stop a little bit before this. So there should be something before this. We put Addhak here. It will be called tippi. Don't worry about the length, this or it even here. It's usually up to the letter's length, but you know when we write down even English or any other language, it's very hard to measure when we write down. I can give you so many examples of the sound, but usually I try to keep the lesson short so you don't become bored. I received a few messages. Some people say they don't become bored if they don't have the time. They will start again. But I think it's better if you rewind it and watch it again and rewind and watch it again. And what you can do is, if you want to make some longer words, you can watch these previous lessons, Kanna, Sihari, Bihari, to make the sounds and to know how to write down. Now we have next one, as I said, tippi, and the other one is called bindi, just the dot. So I will explain you these two in the next two lessons. And there are some other signs we use, half letters, which are not really used that often, but I still have to explain you in case you see it and you say, look, I never saw it in these Punjabi lessons. So even if it's used often or not, and how often we use, you still have to learn it, because when you read printed language, if it's written, you're supposed to be able to read it. But when you write down, sometime to make it proper, you use some other alternative, which I will explain. I received sometime message that this was pronounced wrong in English, and I simply politely tell them these are not English letters. I'm not teaching English grammar. I'm not English teacher or English professor. I'm not Punjabi, what I can say, a doctorate or anything. I just try to help to promote the language, help people so they can learn how to write down Punjabi, which is actually a script, is called Gurmukhi. So some people, they complain just to prove they are better than me. Well, it's okay if you think you're better than me or you are better than me. I respect you. You can start to teach the language, and the people never become fed up from teachers, because if you really want to teach, it's good. I'm in powerlifting sports for over 45 years. Never become fed up. If someone teach me something and tell me something, even if I know it 20 years ago I learned this, I still show them respect that they are trying to tell me something, thinking probably I don't know. I respect them. So I think we can stop this lesson here, becoming long, and I hope you will enjoy this. And then we will discuss Tipi and Bindi in next two lessons, and then we start to make lengthy words and sentences. And I just want to say thank you for watching, and you have a nice day. God bless you all.